we're go for launch. What's going on, everybody? That was good timing. Welcome to the stream. It is 1:54 p.m. here in Florida. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for 30 minutes, as the stream title suggests. Got a lot going on, man, today. Got a lot to do. And my daughter just went down for a nap. Went down a little later than normal. So I don't have all the time in the world to carry out a long stream. So we're just here for 30 minutes, man. Welcome, one and all. I just got done making a big batch of daddle pepper hot sauce. Gonna be shipping it to a few people. Really looking forward to people trying it. This is my 7th batch. Love it. If you go on my Instagram, I just posted a story. You can see you can see the 7th batch in action in some bottles ready to ship, man. But welcome, one and all. Caleb Kemp, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream. Hope you're doing well, man. Caleb says, hello there right back at you. General Kenobi. God damn. I went on a 4-mile run yesterday thinking I was completely 100% over the sore throat, over the cough and all that kind of stuff. I don't have COVID. We all got tested. But and then I ran 4 miles yesterday, felt completely fine. And today I just got that phlegm. I got that going on. But anyway, welcome, guys. Welcome, Caleb. Thank you so much, man. Cheers. DM me, give the address. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually shipping it to a couple of my buddies, and also doing like putting it in, giving it to a bunch of family for Christmas. So we have, dude, I have like 50 daddle peppers that I pulled off the tree over the past month, or the plant, and it's just like overwhelming. Like I've made some barbecue sauces, I've made some hot sauces. I'm trying to perfect a hot sauce, and I think this one is my best batch. I think it's my favorite batch. Like the few, it's either like too thick or too thin, you know. I think I found a really sweet spot, and I think it's kind of the perfect consistency. It's like the consistency of Cholula, you know. If you've ever had Cholula, maybe a little tiny thicker than Cholula, but it's a good. I think it's a good heat for like most people. I'd probably prefer it a little hotter, but yeah, it's good. I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna make some labels, and I kind of want to make it like nautical themed, Navy themed, you know. But I do not know. I do not know. What is that voice inside of my mask? I just got done making daddle pepper hot sauce. Some men just want to watch the world burn. That actually makes me lightheaded. Jesus Christ. Where's Rachel?
Hope you are feeling better.
Where is she?
Work gets COVID tested twice a week. Blah. Here in Chicago, never tried daddle pepper sauce, but
Nice.
love hot sauce. R.I.P. Razor Crest.
Jeez, a lot of, sorry, as I was doing my stupid ass Batman impression, a ton of people super chatted. I really appreciate it, guys. Sam, Tommy, Took, Callum, Galactic Greaser, good to see y'all. Hope you're doing well on this Monday morning, Monday afternoon now, actually, wherever you are. On planet Earth. Was that a good Batman? I don't know if I'll be able to perform that again. Sam, thank you so much, man. Sorry it's not much, but here. No, dude, never apologize. I greatly appreciate the support, no matter what it is. Dude, Sam, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, dude. Don't talk like that. I appreciate the hell out of it, man. Every support helps the channel survive, man. So I greatly appreciate that. Hope you're doing well, Sam, on this Monday. Cheers. And Tommy Solano, Sawstech, good to see you. Tommy says, hey, Greedo, how are you? I got an internship with a graphics company. Nice. Been loving Mando. Have some black silk on me, and may the force be with you. Well, congratulations. That's exciting. Taking a step into a direction that hopefully will, come out on the other side. I'm curious if they'll offer you a job. I don't know how frequent that happens in that field, but Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm curious. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat, Tommy, so if you want to give me some details, I'd love to know out of curiosity. Because that's, I have done graphic design professionally at basically one place, but I've done graphic design freelance for like a decade. And it's like, well, I never interned. I never actually sought out a position in graphic design. The company that I started working for when I got out of the Navy, I was doing something completely different. When I got for them, and then they found out actually about my channel, this channel that you're watching right now, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to start making videos and websites and newsletters and stuff like that, signs, printable brochures for us?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be your guy." So that's how I stumbled into that. It's been a hobby of mine for, I mean, literally since I was 11 years old. I've been working with Photoshop and shit like that. It's never been something that I've wanted to do on somebody else's time. Does that make sense? It's always been like a fun hobby of mine, and I like to do it freelance. I'm doing printing to start. Nice. More like print assistant. They said they're gonna have me design some stuff here and there. I think that's one of the most important aspects to learn right away, Tommy, because I can't tell you how many times I have. When I was working for this particular company, I was putting together big fundraising things and I was getting logos from a bunch of different companies. You know what I mean? So people would be sending me files to put on our brochures and our pamphlets and our signs and stuff like that. And a lot of the times, some of the graphic designers that they used did not know like DPI or specific print resolutions, basically, right? So they'd be sending me like 72 DPI JPEG files, and I'd be like, "Hey man, this is gonna be going on like a 6-foot banner. This is not gonna fly unless you want it to look like absolute dog shit." So yeah, learning print material is even something as simple as like resolution and DPI for print material, vectors and all that kind of stuff is so important. And I think it's a skill that probably goes overlooked by most people. Most people probably just think graphic design, make some websites and I don't know, logos and stuff like that. But it's so important to learn the print side because it is a different beast, But yeah, I started using Photoshop actually in so it was probably freshman year of high school. I would have been 12 or 13. How old are you in freshman year of high school? I think like 12 or 13 maybe. That's probably when I first started using it. And that was really only because 14. Okay, so it was before that. I know for a fact that my dad had like a bootleg of Photoshop back when I was 12 or so, and I used to mess with it. And moving forward, like 12 or 13. And honestly, man, one of the things that really got me into using Photoshop was Counter-Strike. It might sound weird, but I used to make Counter-Strike sprays when I was like 13 years old. I used to make the most egregious, disgusting Photoshop files, JPEG files, drop them into my Counter-Strike folder, and create sprays, tags for Counter-Strike. And literally, that's one of the things that kind of got me into making, that got me into Photoshop, which is kind of funny. That's one of the things that like got me into it. And then, like I said, freshman year of high school, I took a computer art class, loved it, loved my teacher. Which is kind of crazy to think about nowadays because he was like 23, 24 teaching this class. He was a kid himself, But we would make things like CD covers and stuff like that in this class. And yeah, just like I love that teacher. And just kind of like I fell right into it and loved it. But anyway, best of luck to you, man. That's exciting. No, I don't think I've used InDesign. Never. Pretty much just Photoshop, and I only like used what's it called? InDesign is for like brochures and all that kind of stuff, right? I've never really used it. What am I thinking of? What is the other? Illustrator. I only used Illustrator for like for the first time maybe 2 years ago. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, man. It's fun stuff, and congratulations. Hope it's everything you wanted to be, man. And Took17, thank you so much. Good to see you. Callum, Galactic, Caleb, Dara, Detail, and Mandoay. Thank you guys so much for the channel support. I appreciate the patience. I am long-winded. You guys know. Took says, hope you're feeling better. My wife for work gets COVID tested twice a week. Blah, here in Chicago, never tried daddle pepper sauce, but love hot sauce. R.I.P. Razor Crest. R.I.P. Razor Crest indeed, man. And obviously, spoilers here. It's Monday, you know. I have a firm belief that, you know, from Friday to Monday, if you haven't watched the episode, you should probably stay off the internet until you do so, right? But, yeah, my wife works in the medical field, too. So, you know, she's always worried. She's only gotten tested twice because there's been no symptoms whatsoever until, you know, a couple weeks ago where we all kind of started feeling funky. Then she got tested and we're all fine. It was just kind of a bug, whatever. But yeah, it's scary. I'm sure, you know, it's definitely different up in Chicago. My buddy is from Chicago, or he moved up there maybe a year and a half ago from Jacksonville. He's actually in town now down here, and he left right before the most recent shutdown order happened. He was planning on coming down for Christmas, but he left earlier, like the day before, just to get out. But yeah, daddle pepper sauce is great. It's a native St. Augustine pepper. I think that's where they can trace it. I'm sure it goes back somewhere else. But it's St. Augustine and daddle pepper. That's kind of what they're known for. I live in St. Augustine. And it's like, it's hotter. I would say it's an equivalent to like biting into a habanero. On the Scoville scale, I believe it's about the same. Since I've been growing them, I've like eaten maybe 4 just raw, usually with friends. Just be like, hey man, I know you've been eating daddle pepper sauce since you've lived in Jacksonville or St. Augustine. Have you ever tried one raw? Do you want to? You want to kind of make yourself cry? But it's good, man. It's a super spicy pepper, and it's fruity. It has a nice like fruity flavor too. So like, for example, if you go on my Instagram right now and you go look at my stories, you'll see what I just posted. You'll see all the ingredients. I wrote it on the side of the glass bottle.
First time on one of your streams.
Nice.
Do you think next episode will be a side mission? Probably breaking Bill Burr from prison. I hope we get more than just that, but I'm sure it will still be great.
Nice. Jake, welcome, man. Glad you're able to catch it. As you can tell, these streams are all over the place. We go from talking about hot sauce to what the hell? Oh, Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. That's what these streams are all about, man. But welcome. I got Took, Callum, Galactic Greaser, Caleb, Dara, Detail, Mando8, and Jake. I appreciate the patience, guys. Sit back, hang out, listen to some tunes. Is it loud enough? Can you guys even hear the music? I don't know. But give me one sec, Jake. But yeah, man, it's delicious. It's my favorite. Like, I've loved experimenting with daddle pepper hot sauces. If you go on my Instagram and you look at my story just that I posted maybe 20 minutes ago, you'll see all the ingredients listed on the side of the bottle. And I've really, really enjoyed kind of like tinkering with the recipe. And I think this batch that I made today might be my favorite. But yeah, man, I might try to make one that's just super hot, like dumb hot, just as like a gimmick, you know? Maybe like a super, super condensed daddle pepper hot sauce that would it would be like the kind of thing that you would dash into chili. You know what I mean? Like a big batch of chili, you would put a little bit of a super like kick your ass hot sauce in it. But that would be cool. What was that? What else I was gonna say? Oh, we made for Thanksgiving. We made daddle pepper cornbread. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have had like jalapeno cornbread. Maybe, I don't know if that's just like a Florida Southern kind of thing. But we made a daddle pepper cornbread, and dude, that was so good. So good. But anyway, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, if your sister-in-law lives in Jack's Beach, she should be able to pick some up. Sorensen sauce from Firehouse is like kind of just a really great, mild... I don't know if you've ever had Firehouse subs, but they have a daddle pepper hot sauce that it's really delicious, and it's not that hot at all, but it's just really good. It's really good. But anyway, I appreciate that too. And Callum, thank you so much, man. Hey, Greedo, quick question. You think Ahsoka knows Obi-Wan is alive and vice versa pre-episode 4? You know, I kind of... I'm going to say yes. I'm sure there is some kind of like canonical Force connection explanation that will come up, and you know, all these Jedi will be able to... unless everybody kind of barred themselves from the Force and to hide themselves, that could be a possibility too. But that being said, I kind of like the idea of a lot of these Jedi not knowing that one another, like Ahsoka and Obi-Wan, they don't know one another is alive. I think that kind of makes for more interesting and kind of on your toes storytelling in a way, if that makes sense. And when these, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of them not knowing, right? That they don't know. If I had to guess, there will be some kind of explanation in the future where they do know they're alive and they're, you know, communicating through the Force, blah, 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 blah. But I like the idea, overall, that they don't know that one another survived. I think that's more interesting to me, you know, than a Force connection and all that kind of stuff. Plus, to me, it makes more sense that they cut themselves off from the Force to hide themselves and maybe prepare for future dates, you know? You know, they're, especially Obi-Wan, he's trying to, or at least the retcon is that he's kind of looking after Luke. So I'm sure he did everything he could to kind of hide himself and shield himself from the Force, other than changing his name from Kenobi and taking off his Jedi garb. That's always funny to me, man. Like, oh, the kid from Tatooine, his last name is Skywalker. Oh, this old man is Kenobi. Oh, he wears a Jedi costume around town. But anyway, I appreciate that, Kellen. That's an interesting question, but I like the idea of them not knowing that they're alive, for sure. It's more interesting to me. But yeah. And Galactic Greaser, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Celebratory super chat because I finished my semester last week. Woo! Also, I unintentionally called the Simple Man line. The Simple Man line. Oh. I'm just a simple man trying to make my way into the galaxy. Or is that what he says? Because you mentioned that you want him to be a simple man going through the galaxy, something like that, right? Yeah, I think yeah. I think that's what he said, right? Yeah. I'll be a simple candy man. Yeah. I liked the way Boba Fett was. I liked it. I didn't know where they were going to take it. I didn't know if he would be like an adversary, you know, a big bad for Mando to contend with. Maybe I actually thought they might go the route of like him just being a bounty hunter again and wanting to go after the kid, you know. But I'm glad they took it in a different direction. It's more interesting to me. But yeah, congratulations on your semester being finished, man. That's big stuff. That's like a huge, just like, you know, sigh of relief. I haven't taken any classes for about 3 years, maybe a little longer than that. And I'm actually starting back up in January. Going to the Firefighter Academy. Super excited, man. Super excited. Ready to get the ball rolling on that. I've been talking about doing that since I got into the Navy in 2011, man. That was actually my original plan. And then I fell into a job, did graphic design for a couple of years with this company, did freelance graphic design for years. I mean, still kind of do. Not since April, since the pandemic. Nobody wants to do any kind of... I think a lot of people, when the pandemic hit, a lot of companies realized that their contract workers were kind of the first to go. So I haven't done any freelance gigs since like April or May. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, so in January, that's what I'm going to be doing. Got the GI Bill all lined up again, ready to go, ready to kick some ass. Yeah, it'll be good. So I'll be doing, for the rest of my life, doing the firefighter thing and you know, doing Greedo from time to time. I'm sure I'm definitely going to still be making videos and live streaming and stuff like that, but it's definitely going to be a lot less, you know. It'd probably be more scheduled too, you know. But yeah, off work Boba is scarier than working Boba for sure. Absolutely. I kind of don't want him to wear his helmet and stuff like that. That's exactly what I was doing, Mando. Yeah, freelance photography was pretty much what I was doing for the past 3 years, freelance-wise. And then in April and May, gone. Just fucking gone, man. Like, all the companies that I was doing freelance work for, just gone. It's crazy. Crazy. But yeah. Anyway, Galactic, congratulations, man.
Hey Greedo, for one, I'm glad Boba Fett is back and thinking we're going to see Luke's Jedi school before Kylo burned it down. Luke takes the child.
Tim, thank you so much, man. Caleb, once again, thank you so much. And I appreciate the patience, everybody. I'm long-winded. But congratulations once again, Galactic. Caleb, Dara, Detail, Mando, Jake, KC, Jake, Caleb, and Tim. Thank you guys so much for the channel support. And I appreciate the patience once again. Caleb says, where can I buy this hot sauce? LOL. I don't know if I'm going to ever put it up for sale. I mean, maybe eventually. If I end up doing that, I want to have like my production ducks in a row, you know? Like right now I just have one big plant and it gives me a ton of peppers. Like more than I know what to do with, right? Basically in a batch of hot sauce that I make, like maybe 24 ounces. Nah, it's probably closer to 32 ounces of hot sauce that I make. I usually throw in about 5 or 6 daddle peppers. And that's plenty enough spice for most people. I mean, it's a good spice. And if I ever do start selling it, which would be cool, man, like HelloGreedo daddle pepper hot sauce coming from St. Augustine, Florida, how fucking cool would that be? Making some hot sauce out of my own kitchen, selling it online and sending it across the world. That'd be one of the coolest little things I could do, but probably be very, very time consuming as well. But yeah, if I ever end up doing that, you know, I would want to like utilize a bunch of my family and friends' backyards, you know, and just buy them plants and say, hey man, water this every other day for me. Pick the peppers and I'll, you know, that's all you got to do. Or I'll come over and pick the peppers, you know. But it'd be kind of fun to start a little hot sauce business, right? Kind of cool. But yeah, whenever I end up selling them, man, everybody will know for sure. Do a run of like 20. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Geezus. What's up, man? Yeah, that would be a good... That's a really good idea. I don't know what I would sell them for. You know, $15? Is that outrageous? I mean, most little bottles of hot sauce that I like are like $5, and this is maybe 4 times bigger than that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'll let you know, Caleb. And Dara, thank you so much. Who's the better villain, Gideon or Krennic? Oh, interesting. Well, I kind of, to me, I think Gideon is. Gideon seems more like evil, you know. Krennic, Krennic was, I mean, obviously evil in his own way, but he was almost like just a sad, sympathetic character because he wanted recognition. He wasn't getting recognition. He was kind of a pathetic character. You know what I mean? In my opinion, Krennic, a realistic character for sure. Gideon is more just straightforward evil, and I think the reason is because you know, obviously we have the child. We have Grogu. And Gideon is wanting Grogu for whatever reason. And I think that just automatically makes him more evil than, like, basically any Star Wars character we've ever had. Sure, Palpatine, but, like, Gideon just seems like, I don't know, he just seems like just a mean son of a bitch who'll gut you with a smile, you know? I mean, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to say Gideon. Well, you asked who's a better villain. Oh, interesting. I was thinking who's more evil. I don't know. That's a good question. Krennic is a good villain, for sure. But I'm going to say Gideon at the moment. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to see where this all goes, right? Cool. Anyway, I appreciate that, Dara. And Detail, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Sauce of Sullust, Rhodium Blood Hot Sauce. Oh, we're naming the hot sauce now. Yeah, I don't know what I would name it. Detail. I've thought about it. I would. Oh, is my daughter waking up? Nah, she's just rolling over. I would love to call it. Yeah, I guess I could call it something Star Wars, but I would almost rather call it something like naval, like something having to do with the Navy, since especially because Jacksonville is such a Navy town. I think it would be cool to make a nautical theme. I don't know what I would call it. Daddle pepper hot sauce, you know. Obviously, Detail, my default when I started making this hot sauce and I wanted to make labels and name it and stuff like that, my default was obviously I'm going to name it something Star Wars, right? But the more I've thought about it, the more I think I kind of just want to make it Navy themed, you know. And I don't know what I would call it. I'd probably have to go through and think of all the jargon that we used in the Navy, because there's definitely some fun words and stuff like that. Blue Falcon hot sauce might actually be kind of fun. Does anybody out there know what Blue Falcon means? Look it up. Blue Falcon would be a good name for a hot sauce. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, I know Geezus out there knows Blue Falcon. What is the official, like, Urban Dictionary? Yeah, BF, Blue Falcon. You know what it stands for sure. All too well, there you go. Absolutely. Blue Falcon it means buddy fucker. BF, buddy fucker. It means somebody that'll like throw you under the bus, and is only looking out for themselves, basically. Yeah. Blue Falcon hot sauce. I think that might actually be the name of the hot sauce. I think in the Navy town of Jacksonville, people would dig that and get a kick out of it. There we go. Anyway, I appreciate that detail. And Mando Aid, thank you so much as well. Hey, Greedo, it's been a minute, but I've finally found some free time, and you happen to stream so long. Time no watch. Well, dude, if you're still here 18 minutes ago, I appreciate the patience, and I appreciate the channel support. But it's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. It's hard for people to I mean, it's not anybody's fault other than my own. Like, I wish I could stream on a set schedule, you know? I see other YouTubers like scheduling streams and saying, you know, it's Thursday at 8 p.m. stream. if I ever try to schedule a stream, which I tried to do in the past, in the past 2.5 years since my daughter was born, I have tried to be like, yeah, Wednesday at 2 p.m., I'm going to go live for an hour. Let's all hang out. And what happens on Wednesday at 2 p.m.? My daughter doesn't nap and she's just jumping around and, that's not going to fly. So, like, I have completely stopped scheduling streams just because it's impossible. It's impossible. But yeah. So, Mando, yeah. Glad you're able to hang out. These are usually archived. They're never, some of them are live on the channel, but if you go into my live stream playlist, you can see basically every single live stream I've ever done. They're not like active on the front page of the channel, but if you go into that playlist, I believe you can see basically everyone that I've ever done. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. Good to see you, man. And Jake Walsh, thank you so much for the channel support on two fronts here. Jake says, my first time on one of your streams, do you think next episode will be a side mission, probably breaking Bill Burr from prison? I hope we get more than just that, but I'm sure it will still be great. Would you want to see a movie or show about the first Jedi and Sith? I would love to see a Star Wars movie that feels like ancient history. Love both of these questions, by the way, and I appreciate the channel support. So, that is exactly where my head went when it came to I guess predicting where the next episode, the direction the next episode is going to go, where I think it's going to be a prison break episode. I think that's what we're going to get. And I'm super excited because Bill Burr, favorite stand-up comedian, love the character of Mayfeld. And if it's all prison break episode, I'm cool with it. So yeah, that's my guess. That's my guess, man. It's hard for me to because like basically every episode of The Mandalorian has been, a lot of people are calling them side quests, right? But they're all kind of these self-contained, oftentimes one location things. These episodes, right? And I would be very surprised if the next episode, maybe 40-45 minutes, and it ping pong from place to place. I'm guessing. It'll be all breakout, but who knows? Chance there says, I feel it will be a very quick breakout, like 5 to 6 first minutes. Could be, yeah. I mean, they're going into an Imperial prison, right? So I'm sure it'll be kind of crazy, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, and so Jake, what I've said for years now, I feel like, is you asked the question, would I like a movie or show about the first Jedi and Sith? Yeah, I think this idea that I've always talked about for a long time kind of feeds into that. Whenever anybody asks me what type of Star Wars movie I'd like to see, I kind of always say, this is my default answer. I always say I would love a movie or show about the first people who discovered the Force. Because I've always viewed the Force as kind of almost like gravity, right? It's always been there. It just took someone to discover it. And, the first people to discover the Force, there's a lot of fun stuff you could do with that, right? But you could also see the faction splinter. You could see people who would want to harbor this this knowledge for their own personal gain. There would be another faction that would splinter that would want to destroy this information, fearing it would get into the wrong hands. You would have another faction who maybe believed that it was important to democratize this information across the galaxy, and everybody should have a right to have this knowledge. I think that would be a really, really fun and interesting movie to kind of or show to jump into. Something very different, something very different. But yeah, anyway, Jake, I'm glad you're able to, if you're still here, I'm glad you're able to finally check out a stream. As you can tell, they're always all over the place. Sometimes we talk about food. Sometimes we talk about hot sauce. Sometimes we talk about hot saucy food. Sometimes we talk about food with hot sauce. So. Anyway, I appreciate that, Jake. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for tuning in. And KC Jones, thank you so much as well. If Din changes his extreme ways by the end of the show, could he form a contentious relationship with the armorer? She could become an enemy, perhaps. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that entire faction of I'm having a mind fart right now. The Watch. That's right. I think that entire faction is going to be at odds with what Mando is eventually going to become. Yeah, there's really no question in my mind that will happen. I think eventually we will see like Mandalore. I think eventually that whole storyline will come into play. I'd be surprised if Bo-Katan didn't come back at some point. And then the Watch would... it'll be interesting. What did Bo-Katan call them? A religious cult, or a cult of religious zealots, I think. I think that's what they called, or she called them. So yeah, I think it's very possible that they could be enemies, but more than likely, I think maybe Din would try to smooth things over. I really don't know. He seems like a pretty level-headed dude, right? I don't know. Ultimately, I think there will be some kind of, as you put it, contentious relationship. And I think at some point, Din is probably going to ditch the helmet, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. I mean, obviously it's protection. But dude, if you want to sit in a cantina and have a cold glass of beer, I think if your religion forbids you from taking off your helmet, I think you need to rethink your religion. Anyway, I appreciate that, KC. Caleb Kemp, thank you so much once again. Caleb says, yeah, this episode made me say something I never thought I'd say. Boba Fett was awesome. Yeah, it's definitely the most, like, obviously, other than the appearances in the Clone Wars as a kid, it's definitely the most super fucking badass we've ever seen Boba Fett, right? For sure. That's what but beyond that, I just like the character of Boba Fett in the show. I'm glad they took him in the direction that they did. I was kind of worried that he would be like this. I don't know. I was worried that it would just be a bounty hunter again, you know, and he would be going after the child. But I'm glad they took it in the direction that they did. I'm very glad they did. Yeah, he was great. He was great in the show. And I never would have guessed that when we first started watching The Mandalorian, first season, that near the end of the second season, we would end up with Mando and Boba Fett in Slave One teaming up to go break Bill Burr out of prison. If you would have told me that is what was going to happen, I would be like, no, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, I appreciate that, Caleb. And Tim Goodfellow, Tommy, Oscar, and FWDC, thank you guys so much. Tim says, hey Greedo, I for one am glad Boba Fett is back. I'm thinking we're going to see Luke's Jedi school before Kylo burned it down. Luke takes the child. That's a possibility. That's a pretty good possibility. I know that's where a lot of people's heads are at, which is, it's really interesting. And I mean, obviously the timelines would link up, and I think we talked about it last stream. How would it work with a younger Luke, you know? Would they de-age Mark Hamill? Would they completely recast Luke? Which would feel weird, but maybe that's the right way to go about it? Maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know. How do you guys think? if Luke is the one that is going to reach out to Grogu, and this is going to be the, you know, the connection and stuff like that. I know a lot of people want Sebastian Stan. Andrew just said Sebastian Stan as young Luke. That would work. I think. I think they would play it all pretty subtle. Oh man, I can't even picture it. I love, as a concept, Tommy, I love that. As a concept, I love that. You know, Luke's school. It would kind of tie things together. I think it would be a really nice way for the series to, like, end, you know. But I can't, like, get past what they would do with the casting. I don't know. Perhaps Luke will appear again to remind us. If they could get an exact look, sounds like I'd be okay with that. But I highly doubt that Mark Hamill's Luke. Yeah, CJ would be. Yeah, it's gonna be weird if that's what they end up doing. It might be. Oh God, I don't even know unless like Luke has a hood on and, you know, it's just Luke. I don't know. I would love for it to be somebody we don't know, you know. I'm one to not always need connections and stuff like that. Although I do think it would be kind of neat for the for the series to end with, like, Grogu going to Luke's school, you know, the new generation of Jedi. Yeah, it's really tough to say. Dude, like, this show, I feel like whatever I say, the opposite happens. So just pay attention to the opposite of what I say. Like, I cannot predict shit with this show, man. Which is a good thing. Which is a great thing. But, I agree, Nick. CGI would be so dumb. But, you know, they seem to like the de-aging. And they've done it a few times. But, yeah, you never know. Anyway. I appreciate the hell out of that ridiculously generous super chat and channel support today, Tim. I hope you're doing well, man. If you are still here. As a concept, I like that. I think they would have a lot of hoops to jump through to make it make sense. Maybe not. They're smart. They'd make it work. Anyway. Tommy, once again, thank you so much. Glad to hear that everything is working out with the Firefighter School. Can't wait to hear more about it. Do you think you're going to release the demos? Release the demos? Oh, of the music? Oh, I actually completely forgot about that. So, yeah, that was like maybe a month ago, right? Hold on one sec. Why am I getting so many damn spam calls? Tommy, let me Google this phone number real quick and make sure it's not something that I need to pay attention to. Fraud, time searched 5, number of lookups, last 3 months. Golly, man, I get so many spam phone calls. It is insane. Yeah, so Tommy is talking about, he asked if I'm going to release the demos. Back in like 2003, 2002, 2004, somewhere around that. I think I was a junior in high school, so it would have been 2003. Me and my buddies, who I'm still like best friends with today, we had a band, and we went into a recording studio and recorded some songs. And I played some of them maybe a month ago on a stream, like just little clips. And I said maybe one day I'll release them. Maybe that day is coming. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to put them out. But I don't even know, how would you describe it? The guy who recorded us, granted we were like 16, 17 years old. The guy who recorded us said we reminded him of what is the band that sings One Arm Scissor? Oh, that's bothering me. What is the band that sings One Arm Scissor? One arm scissor. One arm scissor. At the drive-in, that's right. That's who, at the drive-in is who the guy who recorded us said we sounded like. That's a great song, One Arm Scissor. But yeah, maybe one day. Our influences back then were like Brand New and Taking Back Sunday and Early November and Coheed and Cambria and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, one day. And yeah, I'll probably... I'm sure the Firefighter School will come up through streams and stuff like that. I'm really curious how much time I will have to work on channel stuff. I'm going to try to keep it up as much as I possibly can. Maybe still do one video a week and do a bunch of streams during the week. But yeah, we'll see. I'm really excited to jump in, man. It's been what I've wanted to do for a long time. Finally just decided, you know, when the pandemic hit and my freelance photography and graphic design basically like tanked, I was like, all right, I need a little more security. So what I've done since basically April and May is, I mean, you guys know I talk about it all the time. I take pictures of it. I've been running 4 to 5 miles basically every single day. Dropped 35 pounds. I can run a mile. I can run 4 miles at like a 7:15 pace now. 7:30. I usually shoot for like 7:30 or 8. But my early miles, my first 2 miles are usually around 7:15. It's good. And then I've been working out. So like, you know, boom. Firefighter Academy coming up. Can't fucking wait, man. Can't wait. Plus, like, I miss military life. I miss the camaraderie. And I think it'll be a good fit, you know. But and maybe not. You never know until you get into it. So we'll see. But I'm really excited. Oscar Rodriguez, FWC, FWDC, Jared, Arc Trooper, Darth Snow, Bearded Emperor. Thank you guys so much. Oscar says, just saw a bizarre film, Mother. Ever seen it? No, that's with Jennifer Lawrence, right? And the guy from No Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem, right? I think that's who's in that. I've never seen it. I wanted to when it first came out, just because it did look really, really strange. Javier Bardem. Oh, Ed Harris is in it too. Oh, interesting. I don't think I knew that. I like me Ed Harris, but yeah, I'll probably eventually see it. It's probably more in line with what my wife likes in terms of just like weird psychological shit. Yeah, we'll probably save it for next Halloween. Anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar. We always end up with a huge Halloween list of things to watch, and we only end up watching 1 or 2. This year we watched 2. I don't even remember. One was oh my god, I don't even remember what we watched. 2 of they were movies that we had never seen before. One was Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead. I had never seen it. My wife had never seen it. And I appreciate it for what it is. But and the other one was Hereditary. Hereditary. Yeah, Hereditary. Yeah. But anyway. FWDC, thank you so much for the channel support. Love your channel. Any chance you ever gonna give Elite Dangerous a try? In my opinion, the most complete and fleshed out Star Wars type game out there. Dude, I did play it. Let me pull up Steam. I'm curious how many hours I have in it. Not many. I wasn't playing it a lot. Let's see. Elite Dangerous. So yeah, I only have 14 hours in it. It's the kind of game that I wish I had more time to play. I wish I had a joystick and I wish I had a VR headset. I could completely see myself getting sucked into that game. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. And I'm with you. Like, I would love a Star Wars game like Elite Dangerous. Not every like game, Star Wars game needs to be, you know, you're a Jedi, you're a bounty hunter, whatever. A Star Wars game like Elite Dangerous you could basically a flight sim where you could fly across the galaxy. If they did it right, I would love it for it to be like a mix between Elite Dangerous and Red Dead Redemption, right? How awesome would that be, where you could fly in this I'm not going to say procedurally generated, but maybe Star Wars galaxy that you could drop down, take missions, you could become a bounty hunter, or you could become, I don't know, just a smuggler, whatever you wanted to be. A Star Wars style Elite Dangerous game would be incredible, man. So yeah, I think games like Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky or there's a few of them now out there, right? Star Citizen, I think, is going to be trying to do something like that too. I haven't really been following that production for a long time, but I think games like that are kind of like huge, groundbreaking things. It's kind of hard to explain because they're literally simulating a galaxy. It's kind of like, you could say that some of the first video games were the first simulations with AI and stuff like that. Now, a game like Elite Dangerous is simulating the Milky Way galaxy. How good is that simulation going to get? Eventually, are we going to be able to simulate universes? You know what I mean? That are indistinguishable from reality. I see Elite Dangerous and games like that as like the birth of I don't know, just kind of the spark of these huge simulations that might come in the future that we create, It's interesting to think about, but yeah, man. Now I want to fire it back up. Anyway. Yeah, we live in a simulation, Andrew. Yeah, that's kind of a fun little thing to think about, right? What's the I can't remember the verbiage, what it's called, but basically, like, at a certain point, humanity will be able to create basically realities, simulations that are indistinguishable from reality, right? And then those simulations will be able to create a simulation that is indistinguishable, and then those simulations will be able to create simulations, and so on and so on and so on and so on, until the odds of you actually living in the real world, the non-simulated real world, like when there is an infinite amount of simulations running out there, is so minuscule that the odds are in the favor of you being in simulation, if that makes sense, right? If that makes sense. But anyway, I'm too dumb to understand it. I'm too dumb to talk about it, so I should probably just shut the fuck up, right? Anyway, I appreciate it, man. And Jared Montag, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Jared says, did you like Boba Fett's gruff voice like the original? Oh, yeah, that was Jason Wingreen did the original voice. Yeah, I always prefer, I think I still prefer it just because it is the original. That's just me, I understand wanting to make these kind of these trilogies, the saga, line up. I completely get it. But I just think I will always prefer the original, just because it is the original, just because it is the time capsule. It's the Star Wars that I grew up with, that the world first saw, so yeah, he's no good to me dead. I think I will just always prefer the original gruff voice. But yeah, anyway. Vince, what's up, man? Go on my Instagram and look at my story. I'm going to be hopefully getting one of these puppies in the mail. I'm really curious how it'll be, because usually I pop it immediately in the fridge. But it should be fine. It's vinegar based and whatnot. Just when you get it, pop it in the fridge. I like it cold anyway, but it's fucking hot sauce. It's not gonna go bad. Anyway, it's pretty good. But yeah, Jared, I think that's just kind of, yeah, I loved it. ARC Trooper Rob, thank you so much, man. Good stuff. Thanks for making videos. Cheers. Cheers. Thumbs up to you as well. I appreciate that, ARC Trooper. And I will continue to make videos. I probably won't have much time starting in January to make as many as I do. I already make like one a week. Last week was actually a pretty good week for making videos. I think I made 4. Yeah, I'll probably only end up making maybe a couple a month in January. Monthly moving forward. Things are about to get busy, but yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Rob. Cheers, man. And Darth Snow, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Hey, man, how's it going? It is going well. It is going good. Yeah, made some hot sauce today. New batch, good batch. I think it's going to be a good taco batch. I think that's my tasting was like, oh, this would be kick-ass on tacos. That's basically my day. Played with my daughter. My daughter is super into coloring now, so we bought her a ton of coloring books. Other than that, man, things are going good. Cheers. Cheers, Darth. I appreciate the channel support. Bearded Emperor, thank you so much for the final super chat and channel support of the stream. Bearded says, what's up, Greedo? Long time no see. I recently watched the new Mandalorian episode, and I gotta say, Boba got so much bigger, no offense to the actor. Oh, I mean, time. That's how it usually goes, right? Obviously played Django, but, yeah, it's just, 99, 2002, Attack of the Clones, almost been 20 years, right? I mean, that's what happens. But I appreciate that, Bearded. Yeah, I thought it was great. There was a shot where there was a shot where there was like a side profile shot of Boba, and there was like kind of like a belly. And I knew as soon as I watched that episode and I saw that shot, I was like, oh, the internet's going to take this as a screenshot, circle it, make it into a meme. Like, I instantly knew people were going to be talking about that. But eventually we all let ourselves go. Yeah, we try not to, right? I've turned a corner this year, and I've been kicking it into gear, man. Kicking it into gear. Oh yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Bearded. Good to see you, man. Cheers. Alright, guys. It's time for me to go. I labeled this thing as 30 minutes, and it's been an hour and 3 minutes. Is that how it always goes? Anyway, it's 2:52. My daughter is still taking a nap. I'm going to run downstairs, maybe try to get a little workout in before she wakes up. Other than that, what do I got going on? Try to get a video. I'm going to try to get a video out this week before my Mando video on Friday. And then I'm planning on streaming every day this week. That's how it goes. Also, yeah, I don't schedule things, so I have no idea. I have no idea when I'll be streaming. Dude, I haven't done an evening stream in a long time. I feel like I haven't done an evening stream in over a month. It's just kind of crazy. Crazy to think about. Like, I used to exclusively do evening streams, and now I barely do them. I can't even remember the last time I did an evening stream. Anyway, it's time for me to jet. So, everybody who supported the channel through Super Chats, I appreciate the ever-living hell out of it. The channel survives because of you guys. To everybody who hung out in the chat, thanks for hanging out. Always keep this thing civil, guys. No mudslinging the hell. This is not other YouTube channels where all we do is just talk shit. Well, I mean, we talk shit, but we don't just sit and bitch and moan, right? That's not this channel. Alright, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. I'm not going to yell in the mall today. I'm just going to, because I don't want to wake up my daughter. I want to have a little time to work out in the garage. So maybe we'll just walk into the little AMC theater that they built next to the JCPenney. I'm gonna creep in with my box of popcorn. That was a really stupid intro. The outro. That outro sucked. That outro sucked shit. That was the worst outro I have ever had on this channel. That was atrocious and embarrassing. I am embarrassed for myself. That was the worst outro I have ever had on this. I'm gonna make it up for that shit out. I'm gonna make up for that shitty outro. Later, guys. Have a good one.